what's up? Help to put this up. Here again, putting up another quick little vid. This one's probably going to be a generalized one, not on any particular opinion or issue. Of course, I'm going to jump on that next week, whatever. Not, well, next vid, not next week. But this one's going to be more of a stating of opinions on things, because before I go on with all these different vids, in light of the last one I just put up, which was an answer to somebody else's, I kind of gave a little bit of my position of why I happen to like doing the whole YouTube thing and why I'm on YouTube. But I thought I would also give a little bit more of a position on, you know, what my position is on all these different opinions that I keep putting up. But before I do that, first a funny story for the Big Ho 111. First of all, thanks a lot for putting up that vid where he put up this video where he put up a list of different channels that he felt were worth checking out. Some of them that he put on that list were ones that I've already been checking out and I think are pretty cool, and he's also given me some others to look at. Thanks a lot. But he also put me on the list, which is a surprise, and I thank him for that. So I think I owe him something. And well, for one, go and check out his channel, the Big Ho 111. He's on my friends list, and he should also be on my subscription list. So just check it out. But I got something specific for you. You seem to be on this whole Chris Rock kick with me. So got a funny story for you. Back when I was still living in New York, born and raised, damn it, one of the best places in the U.S. When I was still living in New York, there was a little computer store that I used to go to get my stuff. In fact, I bought my very first internet-ready computer from there. It took me a long time to get it. That's another funny story in itself, but don't really want to get into that. But back then, I didn't have the dreadlocks. The dreads are fairly recent. I started growing these about 2 years ago. But many, many years ago when I was living in New York, I had my hair cut short, and my goatee was a little bit smaller than this, you know. So I would walk into the computer store, and they would always call me Chris Rock. It was a joke of theirs. They knew I wasn't, but that was my nickname when I walked into the store. Every time I walk in, hey, Chris, how's it going? By that time, I had pretty much gotten used to the reference. Every now and then, people say, you look just like Chris Rock. People would stop me in the street, ask me if I was Chris Rock. Sometimes I say no, sometimes I say yes, depending on my mood. But these guys used to jump on me about the Chris Rock thing so much that one day when I walked in, this dude happened to have had a camera with him. And he was like, hey, why don't you just take a picture with us? Take a picture. And I'm like, come on, guys, you know I'm not Chris. It's just for a joke. So what the hell? I took the picture, and I even did one of these, you know. And later on, I found that it was still a joke. They didn't like really advertise it, but right next to the cash register, they had a small little picture of that picture. And what it was they wrote on the bottom, Chris Rock visited our store. Good little in-joke. I thought it was funny. Maybe you didn't. I don't know. Anyway, on to the meat of the matter, because I've burnt minutes already, and you know how limited it is for us who don't have director's accounts. My position on things. I'm putting this vid up not just as a general service announcement of what you would expect to see in this channel, but also just in case some people might have shown up and checked out a couple of vids on my channel, and then later on they might feel betrayed if I happen to say something that doesn't go with their view. Like particularly the gun vids I've been putting up, I'm having a slight feeling that some of the people who were showing up and congratulating me on my gun views might not be so congratulatory, might not be so happy towards me with some of my other ones. So let me just get this out the way so you can know if you still want to keep seeing my vids or not. First off, I hold no allegiance to any political party. I think I mentioned this before in the gun vid ban, but I'm just clarifying it a bit more now. No political party holds my interest because, quite frankly, especially the big two, they've sold us out. And the other ones, they got a couple of good ideas here and there, but they have yet to get organized, and some of them are a little bit too diluted in their views. So as far as the Democrats go, betrayers. Republicans go, definitely betrayers. And as a special aside, I personally don't understand why black people would align with either of them. Got your reasons for it. I'm not going to call you stupid, but if you look at history, over and over again, history has proven that these political parties really don't have it in us. During the Civil Rights Movement, for instance, the one group of people who were fighting against it were a group of Democrats down south, and the power base was mostly based on south. So Democrats' power was in the south. Why would you align with the Democrats? Just because they say they're your friends and they're up north? Come on. Look at history here. And the Republicans supposedly, they were on your side. That you think so because of the whole Civil War thing. They were trying to punish the Democrats who were down south at the time, and all that. But again, if you look at history now, the Republicans were quite willing to sell you out. And well, they were really just using you in the first place because they really weren't in it about you. They were just simply trying to keep the South from seceding and control them economically. So yeah, because in light of their histories, I just can't align myself with either. And all you gotta do is just look at politics, and you realize that the two are just working hand in hand to keep things in control. They're helping each other to stay in power, and they notice that they claim to have different ideals. But yeah, that's my son yelling. They claim to have different ideals, but at the end of the day, they tend to vote on the same big things that keep us down. They constantly keep voting things against what we want. So keep that in mind. No political affiliations I belong to, nor will I ever align with them. I voted as an independent, and on the off chance that I will continue to vote, which I don't think I'm going to anymore, independent is what I'm going to stay. Right or left, don't really align with either. I will admit that there's a hell of a lot on the right side that I just cannot agree with. The right seems to be focused more on property, money, their supposed rights to gain all this stuff. And that's all in good, but if that's all you're focusing on, there's a problem. Okay? There's more to life than just that. And many of the things that you guys people on the right are willing to get in order for that, steps on human beings. We're social animals. You can't just step on creatures that you're supposed to interact with in a basic harmony form. Your views on crime depends. Certain crimes I kind of agree with you, needs to be dealt with harshly. Other crimes, come on. And the big thing I have a problem with in the right is how they want to infringe on other people's rights and tell them exactly how to live. That's not what government's supposed to do. But the left got a lot of deluded people there as well. Actually, if you think about it, the right and the left have the same view ultimately. They just got different ways of going about it. The ultimate thing, if you boil down both sides, is that they both want what somebody else has. Except the right, the way they want to go about getting what somebody else has is simply by coming up with laws that guarantees that they won't get in trouble for it. The left wants to come up with laws that forces government to give them what the other side has. So, but that's pretty much the same thing. They just got different ways of going about it. And it's the whole focus on, let me grab that, it's mine. Let me grab that, it's mine. You don't deserve that. How come I can't get my share? Yes, I can't agree with that, ultimately. Both sides have their good points. I will admit that my politics seem to lean a little more toward the left than the right because I care more about people and property, but at the end of the day, I don't ascribe to either. Let me hurry up with this because I know I'm running out of time. Religious-wise, I consider myself both an atheist and an agnostic. I'll quickly explain. When it comes to the gods that have so far been offered on this planet, I'm an atheist. No one's come up with a religion worth believing. You study the religions long enough, you see the bullshit continue to leak through. So in that sense, I'm an atheist in that I do not believe in any of your gods. Every single last one of them seems to have a problem. He agrees. As far as me saying I'm an agnostic, though, I don't ultimately know if there's a higher power or not. I personally believe that there is, but I don't think it's some type of old grandfather looking down on the planet and caressing it and then crushing it if he doesn't like what he sees. I don't even see it as a completely conscious, super intelligent entity like so many people like putting the ultimate creator. I see it more as a force. And that's as far as I'm going to go because I'm not here to shove my beliefs down your throat. They're beliefs. And a belief cannot be proven. Therefore, it's not something that you should be trying to argue logically. And this is a message I have for the religious fanatics on YouTube. Your belief is your own. It's a belief, not a fact. You cannot prove that it exists. And that's the problem. This is why atheists have the one up on you. As another intelligent person pointed out, the amazing atheist, the burden of proof is on you because you're trying to prove something into existence. The burden of proof is not on them because they believe it does not exist. And the burden of proof is always on the person trying to prove the existence of something. You cannot prove a negative. You got to prove a positive. You have to come up with proof that this exists because it's easier to just simply believe that it doesn't. Here, the burden of proof is on you. Now, since the burden of proof is on me with my beliefs and I can't prove it, I shut up about it and I'll never force it down somebody's throat. My belief is my own, and that's the way it should stay. So yeah, clarifying, agnostic on that sense that I think that there's something out there that can't be explained, but I'm an atheist in the sense that none of the gods on this planet have any sway over me, nor do I believe in the BS that they tend to spew. 10 minutes are up and I didn't get into everything. But I think those are the big ones. So that should more or less give you an idea of some of the stuff that you'll see coming down the pipeline. Those particular big ones. Alright, I'm already past 10 minutes, but I'll quickly throw in, I like music, I like electronic music, I like DJ stuff, I'll maybe throw that in. You already know I like swords, and those aren't positions. Anyway, that wasn't, that's it. That's all I'm going to put up. Hopefully that was entertaining enough, hopefully it clarified a few things, and I will see you in another vid. Catch you later. Bye.